Hey guys, well, tonight we have a Toro recycler, 22-inch. A gentleman that sold this to me said it's been sitting up for the last couple of years, so we are going to go through it to see if we can get it to run this evening and make sure it has spark, make sure it has air, make sure it has fuel, and then finally pull it over to see if it has timing. Hang tight, I'm going to get you set up. All right, folks, let's let the fun begin. First thing I'm going to do, take off the housing for the pull string. It is completely rusted on me, so I got to take all those out separately. Did a good job cleaning it up. I mean, it looks pretty. Brake looks good, flywheel looks good, air gap looks good. Air filter looks like crap. Like a lot of crap. A whole lot of crap. Had some kind of moisture in it at some point. So, ding dong, that is gone. Let's go ahead and get this breather housing off. Oh, I know where that goes. It goes up here. Okay, so this has one of the older Kohler carburetors on it. That, let me just bring you in here a little bit closer. So in this carburetor, it has a vacuum hose for the choke plate. It has the auto choke lever, and then it has this contraption here on it to help line up everything. So you need a Torx bit to get these screws out, and then a Torx bit for that screw right under there, that guy, and then there's one in the back. So I work on so many of these, I just bought a set of cobalt tools with just the bit, and I leave the bit in there at all times. It is a T20. Okay, get my 10mm back out. We're gonna have to loosen up the auto choke in order to get it to slide out a little bit for us to disconnect the auto choke system from the carburetor. So just another reason to take that blower housing off and recoil starter in order to get to it. Yeah, it's raining cats and dogs outside. I hope you can hear it. It's a beautiful night. Do that a little more. There we go. So let's go ahead and get the fuel line pinched off. In fact, I don't think it even has any fuel in it, to be completely honest with you. Fuel line's still spongy, which is a good sign. Nope. Absolutely no fuel. Let me get the door. It's getting loud. Rain's just pouring down right now. Okay, so we got the fuel line disconnected. The next thing to go is the governor rod and return spring. So we'll get that next. Pull that off the clamps a little bit. Pull and turn up. Get the needle nose for that little spring. Make it easier to twist and turn. There we go, that's all for there. So we now have one carburetor that is in need of a deep cleaning. Let's go ahead and this does have the idle jet screw, the pilot jet, I'm sorry. Inside it's going to have the main jet. Looks like the butterflies are okay. They could use a little bit of lube, a little cleaning. But what concerns me the most is this little gasket right here, this little stick of orange. That's not factory. I have never worked on one of these where that existed. So let's get it on the bench and see what we find out. Okay, back on the bench. So first thing we're going to do is let's get this hose off, get the vacuum pump out of here, all disconnected so we can be free of it while we're working on this. Once again, I'm using my little 90-degree pick to get underneath the hose, not to damage it, not to punch a hole in it, but to run it under the lip of the hose to disconnect it, to separate it from that pipe, that hose bib, so it comes off easy just like that. That's done. Now let's go ahead and remove these two screws in the vacuum pump. I know my hand is right in the way, but it's very simple. Just two screws, T20 bit, and then the little hook, the little linkage. Now on this, these screws are, they're shouldered. So they have this little shoulder in them right there that you are to, that specifically fit into the housing for the vacuum pump. So you can't really get this wrong. You're not supposed to get it wrong. These go to this. The other screws are just a straight shaft, fully threaded without a shoulder on it. They go to the other housing for the auto choke. We're going to take out the idle screw. Pop up the idle jet, or pilot jet. the 10 mil, drop this out, drop the bowl. One bowl nut. Okay, this looks like someone's already been in it. That's what it looks like. And then they didn't have the right gasket, so they made one. And I bet it doesn't fit. Because it doesn't fit, it's not holding gas anymore. So we're going to do our best to make this work with what we've got. If we don't work, I have been completely unsuccessful at trying to find the gaskets for these Kohler carburetors. I've had to find replacement carburetors in full to get a working carburetor because the gasket's MIA. I can't find a part number, nothing. If you know of a part number for it, shoot it to me via text. My email is on my About page. I would love to hear about it. Get me a number for it. If you can find one, I would truly appreciate it significantly. Needle looks good. Let's get this pilot jet out. That was loose, like someone has already been in here. Pilot jet and the emulsion tube is now out. So, let's see what we got. Looks good in there, looks good down the seat for the needle. It all looks clean and clear. So we're gonna spray through that. Just put there are 2 holes. Try to point to them the best I can here. 2 holes, one right there and one right there. One of them goes to this nozzle to help create vacuum. And then we have the pilot jet over here that is going straight down into the throat of the main pickup line. So let's get a carb spray, get that all cleaned up, get this back together, see if it'll actually hold any fuel without a right bowl gasket, and then get it back on the mower. So carb spray. Ream out the emulsion tube. I'm definitely getting something on the ends of this you can see it used to be, there's something had welded to it or varnished on it in the past. Because it's just ever so small amounts coming out on the torch tip here. So if we spray in this hole, it should come out all the holes. And it does. Beautifully, in fact. Okay, pilot jet. Let's get that. Clean as a whistle. Good flow. Now we'll do the pilot jet. Oh, that's gaping hole. We get to the bottom here. Let's get that open. All right, I cannot get anything through that pilot jet hole. I think it's just plain too small. So if there is a hole there, I hope I got it clean. That needle's in perfect shape. Oh, we've got these little jets here to go through. Getting ahead of myself, I'm rushing. That takes a lot of force. You're not just going to open that up easily. Emulsion tube. Pilot jet, or main jet, I'm sorry. Grab your rusty trusty pilot jet, main jet screwdriver, and go to town. I mean, come on, man. What were you thinking? I mean, it's so big. That gasket just, that doesn't fit. There's no way. No flippin' way. it's gonna pour out right there. You can even see through it, underneath it. You can see underneath it. That thing was so large, there's no way it's gonna fit. So, I've got to go to the drawing board and see if I can find, once again, a gasket for this Kohler carburetor, or find a replacement carburetor. We'll check back with you in a few seconds. Bye-bye. You guys aren't going to believe this. Just when I find a bowl when I put the call out for a bowl gasket, I find a bowl gasket. Ridiculousness. Right here before my eyes. Kohler 1204105S fuel bowl gasket. $158. Jack Small engines. Can't believe this crap. You can't make this up. I've been searching for 2 years for that freaking part. Anyway, getting it ordered. We'll see you soon.